see.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, now I see.
Yeah. So what we were doing was we were trying to list of user master, and actually we were trying to see this as list. It was saying that why not list of user master. um, List of user master return. Okay. And I was getting this error saying that okay, let's try to fix this. Were you able to try in your PC? You have any issues?
No, yesterday some workload I did not try. Today I will try.
Okay. 1 second. I'll see what this is here. So okay, maybe we'll put this. But this will not work basically. Mm, mm. Second, I have this. Mm, okay. It is not able to convert. What I have done. Mm. This is fine. Oh, let's do something else. It is not taking. I'm not very sure. Basically, this will go here. But here also it will be the same. No, we'll do this. User master. I will have user master dot. Hmm. Yes. Okay. This is actually working. Mm, sorry. Pass ID. Still, this is also throwing error or what? Oh, oh. I no. See, actually, now I understand the problem. See, the problem is I have user masters in both the places. See, I have created the model in my .NET Core as well as in my member data. So that's why I'm seeing this problem because it is not able to identify between the models. So it says, see, here also I should get that issue only. Actually, I was not seeing the. Okay, here I am not seeing that because here it's saying member.data only in both the places, but here it's clearly saying that. So here it says, see, this is member.data and this is .NET Core API model. So it is not able to identify between both the model. So basically, what we can do this in all the places. Hmm. Okay, I just the model. Um, yes, I have to return it as an. It won't stop. Okay, better I'll do something. I'll take this itself to here. What's the best option? You don't do this mistake. What I did. Do not have it in both the places and create the migration. No?
Okay.
Have it in one place. See, this is throwing so many other issues. I have to remove any of the one. Until then, it won't work. So that's the problem. So now I have removed this one everywhere. I am not going to uh, use it. So I will be going to use this itself. So model dot I will be using model dot not this one. Done. Okay. This both are not needed. Save it. This is done. Okay. I should remove this. Okay. Okay. Remove these things. Okay. These are using member.model, no? So that we have to change. And change that. We can remove this model dot. So now this is also using this is also using the old one. Okay. Mm. Okay, what shall we do is we take the same thing. But instead of list, we will do this. Here we're not going to do this. Instead, we are going to take first or default. So basically, what I have done here is, see, it's just a continuation of what we did yesterday. So, okay. Okay. There's no void anywhere, no. Void is gone, no. Why it's still throwing error? There's no void, no. Yeah. I want also there's no void. It is not throwing the. Okay. That is the problem. So what we did yesterday was we were like we created all the we created the table, and this table uh, is just a model, and we are using this model instead of connecting to the database, and from your model itself you can directly get the data. That's what we are doing now. So I said that with these things we saw already. We have to just see how we get the data. So I told that to get the data, it's very simple. Like db context.user masters will give data. That's all. And I'm directly assigning it to the list because we have multiple data in this one. No, we'll see. Oh, what happened? Okay. One second. User master. Okay, we'll go to member first. Actually, we should see. Put one. This is not working. We'll do something. Better do this here. There is some issue in my code. I have messed up something, so I am directly doing that in the controller itself. Okay, let's not waste time in fixing this my code. Okay. Okay, so now if you see, we have the user master, and we are doing this. That's the problem. Exception, it is not able to find user masters or what? It is not able to find the user master. Okay, let's do this. Stop this. Let's take the whole list and try. Oh. DB context was null. Okay. Why it is not recognizing my DB context? It's another problem. One second, we'll see. use a DB context. It's going to use a DB context. This is fine. This here. Mm, function string. Still DB context is fine. One minute, I'm checking this one. No, I fully messed up. The problem is I have created the migration in my .NET Core API. Okay, but still I am using everything from my member.data. I have my repository and dot. I still created a duplicate here, but the problem is it's still trying to refer things here. So I have defined the field DB set the user DB context. We'll do something. Okay, let's see properties now. What I'm missing. Public only, no? There is no private or internal. Hmm. Okay. Whether I show it here, it's not I will show it there. Show some simple ones. Okay, that one is messed up. Try to fix your code today, no? Try to fix it. We'll see from your code because yours was working. You are able to connect to the repository from this one. No? Shall we try it in your code better? Can
Okay.
you can you share your screen?
Okay.
I have dropped the whole code and created. That's only then it will work. Share your screen. We will try it in your one.
Okay.
Okay, you have the member dot data here. Your migration is still not working, no?
Yes, not work.
Can you just update the server one?
Yes,
Just put your correct database name. 1 second. What I will give you once. Uh, yeah, try to give it.
this one server local.
Yeah, just take that one. Yeah,
Okay.
fully copy that full string
Okay.
from server to the trusted connection to have that. Mhm. 1 second. Scroll down.
Okay.
Your public DB set user. User is fine. Okay. Uh, this is your DB context is fine. Not option builder dot use SQL Server. It's fine. Okay. Um. Okay. Try running your add migration. Add dash migration. Give some name. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's in demo. I think it should be member.data. No. Add dash migration. Give some name. Like any name. Hmm. Nice.
Okay. The success.
No, unable to create an object of type demo DB context for different patterns. Will succeed. Okay, it's still through the error. No, go to your solution explorer once. Okay, it did not create migration. Okay, it did not create migration. I think it is not able to connect with your database. Go to your dash. 1 second. Show me your database.
This one.
No, your connection string.
Okay.
Yeah, hit on file and connect. Yeah, connect. Connect,
Okay.
connect.
Okay.
Copy this. Hmm. Go there. Because your build is succeeding. Only it's not able to create the demo DB. Instead of that local DB until MS SQL DB. Fully remove that and no, you should not have that MS SQL local DB and all. Remove that whole
Okay.
yeah, everything from local DB till MS SQL everything.
Okay.
Replace with that string. Save it. Ah,
Okay.
try add migration now. Okay. No, it's still not able to identify the database. That is the problem. 1 second. That is happening. Mm, okay, we do that there. Okay, let's do something else. We have this option only. Same, no? Okay, try this yesterday. Okay. The second option, go to your Solution Explorer. Okay. Close your member.data. Okay. Uh, so in your demo, create a model, one repository, and
Okay.
one interface. Okay. Do not have the same name. Have different names. Do not have the same name as that in member.data. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So have create uh, three things, and model create a different table, not users. Create a different table. Okay.
Okay.
And I think yesterday I gave you the code, no, for what you should do in. Yeah, I have given you the code. If you want to add that in your .NET Core project itself, means what you should do. That I have given you yesterday. I have sent you all the code. If you see,
Okay.
so first, same. Create the model, create the DB context, okay, both in same folder itself, create a repository and their interface, okay.
Okay.
DB context, do not give the, okay, I will give you the DB context one. Mm, Okay, in DB context, do not give the that on configuring your SQL Server instance name. You don't give that in DB context. Instead of that, in program.cs, add the code that I have sent you. That is the builder.service.add DB context. I have sent you in the message.
Okay.
Yeah, that I have. Just add them. Okay,
Okay.
just add them and create the migration. That migration will work. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Post that migration. Um, let me know post that migration works from your controller. Try to connect that
Okay.
repository, that in repository in which is there in your core itself. Okay, basically try to write this basic query. I'm giving this in repository. Try to write this query. Okay.
Okay.
uh, Try to do this. Okay, so this underscore db context dot user masters should bring data from your database. Okay, it should basically act like a query from a query of your database. Okay.
Okay.
See, basically entity framework does not have much of a concept. So that's all. This is entity framework. If you are able to get the data, this db context dot user master, you are able to get the data, means this is the select. Apart from select, you can do two or three more things. One is this is querying. Okay, you can query data. You can use. I wanted to show you query data, where you can put where condition and all. Okay, that I wanted to show you first. What are all we can see in we can do in entity framework. That's what I'm saying. One is query data. Second, you can do joins. Like you can join multiple tables and get data. Okay, joins. Third,
Okay.
you can add data. That is insert. Okay, like you can insert data into a table. Okay. Fourth, you can update. You can update the existing data in a table. And fifth, the last one is delete. So these are the five operation you can do with entity framework. One main thing, store procedure kind of concept and all are ruled out in entity framework. Okay, that's the thing that you can do in ADO.NET only. Okay, you cannot write store proc in code. Okay, so these are the only five things that you can do in an entity framework. Right, fine. So
Okay.
try this in case if you are not getting at all. Tomorrow I will show my code, the other code, and I will run and show you how it is
Okay.
working. I'll show you all the five concepts. Okay.
Okay. What I'm so just, I will like create new project
That's
and
better. I am also going to do that. I'm going to drop this whole project and I'm going to
oh yes, and
messed up.
all of these things we will create in one project. Okay, not need to create
uh,
another class library, right?
yes.
Okay.
uh, you do that, I also do the same. Better we'll do that in our code itself. Okay.
Yes. 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 Yes.
I'll fix this one. Okay. And we'll see the five concepts in entity framework. Okay. So
Okay, and this I'm also found some Google, like transaction. Is it possible like using EF core?
Calling store procedures, it is not an entity framework concept at all. You can call store procedure, but it's again only an ADO.NET concept. Scope identity is see, these are all what are see, I'll say, tell you, calling store procedure and function, it's area.net. Store procedure input output again, you cannot directly call a store procedure in a entity framework. Store
Okay.
procedure is not an entity framework concept. Okay, so
Okay.
input output parameters, it's area.net. Auto transactions were the transaction that we saw, auto and manual transaction, we saw transactions, no, begin tran, rollback tran, commit tran. So this concept is not an entity framework. Entity framework doesn't do a transaction. See, what entity framework does is, it will entity framework itself is like a transaction. See, when you want to delete some data in using entity framework, means you will write the delete. Okay, you'll write the delete concept, but
Okay.
after everything there will be something called db context dot save changes. Okay, only when you do the save changes it will get implemented in the database. Okay,
Okay.
so which means your transaction doesn't have any value, no. So in your database, if you run a delete query, it will get deleted the same at that moment, no. But entity framework is not like that. When you do a delete, what we will do is basically see, if you want to insert data, means it is like db context dot add. Okay, it is insert. db context dot delete, it is delete. That's all. When you write db context dot delete, it won't delete immediately. You have to save the changes. db context dot save changes will save. That's all. So transaction is again ADO.NET. You can write that in SQL. Okay, you cannot
Okay.
write transaction in entity framework. It's okay. Scope identity. We saw the scope identity. You remember where we use scope identity? I
Yes.
told you that in when
Figure.
while
Uh,
no scope
Actually,
identity.
transaction. Like yes, yes, transaction.
Scope identity is basically to get your latest
Yes. Yes. Inserted
uh,
identity.
right. So scope identity. See, you must ensure that your key properties mapped with identity in entity framework. Okay. Um, Basically your identity column. And one more thing, in entity framework you cannot get the scope identity. Scope
Okay.
identity is an function of SQL. It's an SQL function.
Okay.
uh, you understand, no? It's an SQL function. It is not part of
EF
uh,
core. Okay.
entity framework itself. It's an scope underscore identity, and it's a function. No, you should give the parenthesis. So which
Yes.
means it's a function. So it is SQL gave this to you because when multiple inserts are happening into an identity column, to get the latest identity insert that you made, to see that SQL gave it. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll see this difference. Okay. Okay. Why there is no scope identity in entity framework and why there is an scope identity in um,
SQL.
SQL. Okay. So SQL is a common server, right? Let's say you are using an application and I am using an application. We both are connecting to a common SQL server. Okay.
Okay.
So you are inserting some 100 data and I am inserting some 100 data into an identity column.
Okay.
Both both the inserts happen in which place? In that common server, no?
Yes. Yes.
So 200 inserts are happening in the common server. Server
Yes.
doesn't care about who is inserting. You are inserting or me inserting. Server doesn't know. Server, it's like you are giving 100 data and I am giving 100 data. It's doing the insert. So for me to know, okay, for me to know what is the highest identity that I inserted, I will get the
Okay.
scope identity, which basically will see the login. Okay, whose Windows authentication or SQL Server authentication is there, and based on that, it will give the highest number that I inserted. Okay, same for you. Okay, it's because we are both are using common server. Okay, entity framework. Are we using a common server? You're writing your entity framework in your code. I am writing entity framework in my code. Maybe it inserts in the common server database, but your code, your insert happens in your local code, no. So if you want to take the maximum identity, you can put the you can select it from your code itself. Okay.
Okay.
After you insert, okay, after you insert, if you try to get that id, max id, that is what you inserted. Okay. While you insert itself, you can take the max id before saving the changes. That will give the max id to you. So because you have the local changes in your all your query operations are happening in your local server only, no.
Okay.
So that's why we do not have scope identity in this one. Raw SQL, I don't know what you are expecting. What is raw SQL? What is raw SQL?
No, actually, I also did. I'm just Google it and found this is this concept.
Okay, you want to run SQL queries in entity framework. Um,
I what I because what in current project we have like all of the like insert, update, delete in SP, right? And if we use entity framework, so what we want like directly calling SP from the EF code.
that other
So
actually you can do that. Calling SP from ESP. Okay, I will show you that in the last. You can do that.
okay.
Uh, okay, we'll see that. Surely we'll see that.
And for scope identity, what like for example, same condition. If we like multiple
Insert
trying
how to.
to user, yes. So how can we like manage that identity value?
I will get. I'll. So we do not have a specific scope identity in entity framework. What you can do is post the save changes. You can get the maximum ID from that particular we call it as DB set. Okay. Entity
Okay.
framework means everything is your local model. So maximum identity from that particular model, you will see your the highest that you inserted. That I will show you. We can get that. Raw SQL, what I am seeing is running an SQL query in entity framework. I really don't know why you should do that. Basically, you are
Okay.
trying to do SQL using entity framework. SQL is different and entity framework is different. See, I am working in entity framework for quite a long time. I have never called a store procedure in my entity framework until now.
Okay.
We don't do that actually. Also, we don't run any SQL query. See, I showed you one more solution, no, which is full of entity framework and all. Actually, that
Uh,
is the solution that I am working. It's fully entity framework. It's a very big solution and it's full entity framework. Not even a single place I have called a store procedure. Not in a single place we have run SQL query. Instead of store procs, we'll write complex queries in the entity framework itself. Basically,
okay.
uh, entity framework is a bit faster than SQL because you cannot do multiple roundabouts in SQL. Like you cannot connect to SQL database continuously. In a page, if you want to bring like 100 data, 100, like 4 to 5 db sets means, let's say 4 to 5 db sets means you cannot connect to the database 4 to 5 times. ADO.NET is slower. It will establish the connection to the database, then you should get the data. So that's why what we do is we basically use a store procedure to get all the 4 to 5 db sets in a single call. Okay, that's what we do in ADO.NET. But coming to entity framework, you are not doing a connection to database every time. Okay, so everything is in your code. So basically, if you want to hit 4 to 5 db sets, it is basically like you are bringing data from your own place. Like, instead of let's say you want to take data from opposite house, instead of that you have the data in your house itself. You are just taking it. That's all. So
Okay.
same faster than the ADO.NET, no. So we do hit multiple because we are not doing any database connections. No, we directly hit the data. See, today I showed db context dot user masters, which means it will bring data from user masters. That's all, right? We are not writing using connection and then SQL adapter is equal to. We are not doing that. No,
Okay.
so that's why it's faster. Uh, I
For
have never done raw
example,
SQL, but if you want, we can just have it. Store procedure, I'll show you how to connect us. Nothing, see, simple. You should write a store proc in your SQL. You should just basically connect the store proc. It's just one line code. That's all. How to connect a store proc? Call a store proc from your database is just one line query. I will show you that. Okay. Um, if you write that query, you simply call the store procedure and that will return the data. If you basically you should know see it is basically what we should do is db context dot set dot from SQL. Inside this from it's SQL, we should mention the store procedure name and the parameters. See, this from SQL is what you are asking. No? I'm just typing that db con. One second. db context dot set dot from SQL, and inside that you should mention everything. Okay. So this query. One second. Ah. So this query I have sent you. No. So inside this from SQL, whatever query you write, that's the raw SQL. Like basically, you can. This is like going into your database and executing queries. That's all. Instead of using entity framework, you are actually using entity framework to write SQL query. Inside this, you can call a store procedure. You can write any SQL queries. Anything if you want, you can do that. Okay. But we'll call a store procedure and see. Okay, we'll do that. We'll write a simple store proc and see.
okay. And we use do list, right, for getting all the records from the table, right?
Which one we do?
Like for example, in entity framework, like
Mm-hmm.
we getting a record from the table, we use do list.
To list, right?
DB.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yes. Uh, for example, we have in the table like 1 lakh table, okay, data.
Mm-hmm.
So in every time we can calling, so it is this become slow or not?
Yeah, obviously, if you have too much of data, it will become slow only. You should do a where condition. You should bring whatever data you want alone. So let's say even after where condition, if you are going to bring 1 lakh data or 10 lakh data, it will be slow only. And again, if you are going to bring 10 lakh data using store proc also, it will be slow only. No.
Uh, one we use where, okay, tool is with where.
Yeah,
So
we can use where. Yeah.
but what I know, like when first getting the data and then use where or not, I'm not sure. 1 minute.
No, while getting data itself, you can write a where. After to list, you don't need to write a where. Before to list
Okay,
itself, you can write a where.
that server, right?
Yeah. Before this to list itself, you can do a dot where. Before itself, you can do a where.
Okay, okay, before tool list.
Yes, yes.
Okay, yes, yes. So it will like the first yes, like SQL query select type from where
Yes,
ID.
yes.
Okay, okay. So that's fine. Okay, yes, that's fine.
Mm. So you just copy these topics into my WhatsApp.
Okay, okay,
Okay, we once we finish all these five, no, like add, insert, add, querying, that is where condition, then add, then delete, then update. Update is actually just simply adding the data, updating data, and what else? Add, which is insert, delete, um, update. We need to do the querying. Querying is in which where condition. What else? That's all, no? Okay.
Okay.
After these things, we'll see these things quickly, and then we'll see all these things. See, basically these are all like very whatever what we do, like you see that I list was I enumerable was I queryable. This is basically link you. I will tell you
Okay.
while we write this, you will know. I queryable means when you want to write a query on a particular table, that is I queryable. When you want
Okay.
to do convert it to list means you can use either I enumerable or list. I enumerable is basically when you, again, in a list when you want to do queries, it is I enumerable basically. But I'll all these three we'll see.
Okay.
EF fluent API is basically whatever what that we are doing in API to return data from an EF kind of thing. Repository pattern is what that we are actually doing. We are connecting to an interface to an repository. Layered architecture, that's all same. Layered architecture, repository.
Okay.
Handling concurrency conflicts is a nice topic. Anyone who was studying entity framework has to know that. I will be that actually I usually do that at the end of entity framework. We'll see that at the last.
Okay.
One
Okay.
important thing in entity framework is you cannot run two queries at the same time. That is concurrency conflicts. Okay, you cannot do two query at the same time. Let's say you are running one query at the same time, you cannot run another query. No, that is not at all possible in entity framework. Let's say you are running one query in your database. Open another tab, and if you run another query in the same database, means it will run. No, both the query will run. Okay, that
Okay.
will not happen in entity framework. When you are running one DB context, you cannot open another DB context.
Okay.
So that is handling a concurrency conflict. Basically, you cannot handle that itself. You should not do that. That's handling concurrency conflicts. Okay.
Okay.
So always you have to close the DB. There are few ways. We what we do is we will not use I queryable and I enumerable at that time. We will convert it to list. So when you are we basically take the data and put it into a list, and then we open another DB context. Then it will work. Okay.
Okay.
So we that and all we'll see. All these are all very small topics only. We'll see. Just have you pasted? Put that
Yes.
into
Yes.
the
Yes. Yes.
no.
Yes. Okay.
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 Okay, just try this. I will also create one this one.
Yes. Yes.
Then we'll see. Okay, we'll see.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
okay, Jignesh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks. Thanks. Bye.